Okay, so good morning. We welcome you very much on the LiveChat software investor presentation. It's our first chance to present the company to Finnish investors and to Inderes community. We're very happy for that. Today it will be us presenting, Marcin Droba, and me, Łucja Kaseja. Just for your information, the presentation will be recorded and we will upload the recording later on our website. We will be giving a presentation first, and later on there will be enough time for a Q&A session. So just please ask the questions that you have. And now, Marcin, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Łucja. It's great to be here. It's very interesting for us. We try to go very fast through the presentation. For us, it's very interesting meeting. Some part of this presentation is completely new, so maybe it's not new, but we share some part of presentation for the first time with the public. So it's a world premiere. But nevertheless, we are very excited to be here. So as you know, we are a company based in Poland. We are LiveChat software. Our vision is customer communication without barriers. Our mission is help people and businesses to communicate better and fully express themselves. And as you can see, some of you know, we have some history. We were founded almost 20 years ago by three guys, Mariusz, Maciej, and Jakub. They are still with us. Mariusz is CEO. All of them are shareholders. Maciej and Jakub are member of supervisory board. So founders are with us. They, with some partners, they control company. Our idea behind LiveChat was 20 years ago was quite innovative. But the most important part of our history really was completely changing business model. So 10 years ago, we became a software as a service company. Now we are 100% software as a service company. So what that means for us, among others, is that we became global company, like overnight, really. Before that, we were completely
dependent on the Polish market.
Yes, absolutely. We offered our services and our product only in Poland, and now Poland accounts for some 2% of our revenue. So that's the change. That you can see that what big change for us that was. So the main business, the main market for us today is definitely US and the English-speaking world. And as you can see, since we changed that business model, since we adopt software as a service model, our history is history of the very constant growth. Of course, the pace of that growth is changing, but here you can see that since that the growth always was here. And also you can hear that we have some well-known customers, that our products are very popular. We have now more than 32,000 customers of LiveChat, our flagship and the first solution. We have almost 2,000 clients of chatbot, and we have also two more products. We definitely worldwide company. We are present in more than 150 countries. You can see that we have some famous brands among our customers. For your information, so big brands not always means that's a big customer which is generating huge RPU. Some of them can use LiveChat in one country, in one division, for very specific purpose, like for example recruiting. But nevertheless, our solution is present, our company is present worldwide. And of course, the main asset of technology-based companies, the people we have now, more than 200 people. Most of them works in Poland, in our Wrocław HQ, and here you can see some of us. And as I said, we have now four main products. The first one is LiveChat. The idea for LiveChat was to give our customer possibility to chat online in the real time with visitors on their website. Now LiveChat is not only about website. Now LiveChat can be integrated with other channels of communication like Facebook Messenger, Apple Business Chat, and many others. The second one is the chatbot. The chatbot is, of course, a tool which gives possibility to create bot, to create scenarios, and to really to chat without need of having a human consultant on board. And the third solution is knowledge base. It's solution which lets companies create their own knowledge bases, which can be accessed by customers, but also within the team. And the help desk, our newest child, it's ticketing systems dedicated mostly to email communication, but also it can also be integrated with other channels communication. And we're very excited to have help desk to add help desk to our suite. And the very important part of our strategy, of our growth, is the marketplace and the platform for developers. Our tools are very flexible. Our API is open. So marketplace for us is not only source of revenue in the future, but also source of innovation. And as for today, we have the first solution, very interesting integrations created by third party. So for us, it's very important part of our strategy. And that's the part of presentation I mentioned. We shared this part of presentation for the first time in the public. It's the presentation, well, very small part of the presentation, of an onboarding presentation, which is part of onboarding process of new people into LiveChat. So as I already said, we have four main products: LiveChat, chatbot, help desk, and knowledge base. We focused on the US market, although we have customers worldwide. We really try to focus on the biggest market, biggest also in the terms of opportunity. What that means in business terms means that we, for example, seasonality in the United States is important for our business. Of course, our business is based on subscriptions. So if you look at revenues, if you look at MRR, it's very stable. But if you think about new businesses, about adding new customers to LiveChat, there is seasonality, and some part of the year are just better than others. And this is brief look at how customer lifecycle looks like. So of course the customer's lifecycle start with trial. So anyone can try our solution for free for some times, usually two weeks. Historically speaking, it was 30 days some times ago. And of course, you can see that's after successful trial, after we we're able to monetize some customers. There's a lot of things, a lot of processes which can happen. So some new customers are coming to us, some of them churning, some of them returning, some of them upsell. And of course, we are very focused on supporting these processes. So we, of course, we still all the time we try to prevent customers from churning, and we try to upsell existing customers. And of course, you can see that some customers are more or less profitable. And which is very important fact if you think about business model, that is very important role. If customers is staying for us, is customers is really using LiveChat, he tend to upsell with time. And of course, this brief look at the trial process. We try to observe trials very closely. Maybe if you have some question, we can go deeper into that area. But for your information, not leads are equal. We try to monitor very closely the trial. We try to help customers. We try to communicate with prospective customers during that period. And definitely it's not an easy process. So we try to improve the process of customers onboarding all the time. It's a data-driven process. It's not something easy. It's not something anyone can learn over time. And of course, we try to design products and that process in order to be more successful. And as I said, a lot of things is happening after successful trial. The very important fact is that we have a lot of we have some churn, but also we have some returning customers. All the time, some customers are upselling. All the time we saw some contraction. Fortunately for us, the upselling is a much more important trend. For us, it means that very important fact is that we are data-driven company. So all decision or process is made based on the data. And we can monitor this process when we can see, for example, that some particular kind of customers are, well, for example, when we see some contraction from some region, from some kind of customers, we can look into that. We can check what is happening. We can interact with customers, and different teams can work on different areas to improve different metrics on the same metrics from different perspectives. So that's very interesting. Of course, it's something we can discuss all the days, really. So let's go further. As I mentioned, I mentioned trial periods. There is sales or trial funnel, and of course the very important is how we get this trial, how the possible prospective customers are learning about our products, about our company. And that's something which really distinct us from a lot of other companies, because we really successful when it comes to customer acquisition process. For us, it's very effective. It's very cheap, really. For us, customers acquisition is not something which is really expensive. It took years to establish, to improve that process. But also there is a lot of channels of customer acquisition for us. Today, one of the most important is partner program. The partner program is very important. I will say some more things about this program. Google search is still very important, so it's definitely good to have be good positioned in the Google. as a lot of people looked for, not only for, let's say, live chat solutions, sometimes for some knowledge in the area of customer support on this online sales, and we create a lot of expertise, a lot of expert knowledge in that this area. So we can attract people who works in that area and to educate them, that we can help them and offer them a good product. We are integrated with a lot of solution, like the solution which are used to create website. The very important and very well, I think our favorite channels of customer acquisition is chat widget. If you start to chat using our solution, you can see that there is almost always our logo and link called Powered by LiveChat, and it looks like a lot of companies are observe their peers, their competitors, leaders, and check which are solution are used by them. So that's great thoughts, which works well for us. We are present on marketplaces such as Shopify, BigCommerce, others. Social media, our social media, recently YouTube, we start to produce a lot of video content, software comparison services like G2 Crowd, like Capterra, also paid marketing, but that's something which today is not really important for us. We rather try to learn how to use paid marketing. We gather experience. For us, paid marketing still is not work so well. It's not so effective like these other channels of customer acquisition. And at the end of the month, when we check reports on customer acquisition channels, then really there is more than 100 different sources of customer acquisition of the leads. So that's really good working machine. And as you can see, this is our pricing. This is actually live chat pricing. As I mentioned, we have other products, but at the end of the day, the RPU, the MRR generated by each customer depends on the price, on the plan, and on the number of agents they're gonna use. And that's illustration of what I said. Really, that in terms of in situation of live chat, in live chat scenarios, there is of course price of the plan and the number of agents. In chatbot, customers is able to choose different plans and is charged on the base of that plans. In help desk, it's again number of agents, which is the important factor, and in case of knowledge base, there is flat fee. And as I said, plans offer different features, so for the customers it's important to learn which features they are most useful for them, if they need higher plans. But we can see a very strong trend that, as I said, with time, customer learn that LiveChat is good tool, and they tend to upsells, and that upsells includes not only adding more people, more agents to this service, but also to migrate to more expensive plans. I mentioned partner program. Partner program is now huge engine behind the number of customer growth. It's very, I think really when we compare with some other plans on the market, it's very profitable for partners. We share revenue with them. This commission is 20% of our revenue during all customers' life cycle. So it's very beneficial. It works great for us as there is no upfront payment, as we were happy to share the revenues, the money we have, we earned thanks to these partners, and they motivated to work with us and choose LiveChat instead of different solution. We also work on some tools. We share some tools which let our partners to monitor how they are doing, how their customers are doing. So I think that this program is really one of the best on the market. And recently, some 2 years ago, we created sales team. Before that, our sales process was fully automatized. And we learned that although we have a very good technology, although we have really great premium customer support, we are not so successful as some competitors when it comes to acquisition of enterprise customers. And we realized that we have to create some sales team. We have to have some people which are dedicated to this process, which have be able to present our products, as well as we need a legal team, in-house legal team, which will be able to discuss some legal clauses with prospective customers. Because of course, for some enterprise customers, now the more important than the price is to be compliant with all the rules. And I think that's the moment when I can stop for the while, and Łucja, please continue.
Yes, so now that you know the basics of our business model, I'll briefly tell you the latest things that took place in our company. So the very important thing took place almost a year ago in June 2020, when we published new mission and vision of the company, and we published a document called Constitution of LiveChat. That came also with rebranding of all our products in April last year. And also other things took place meanwhile. We secure our knowledge, and we were actually granted the first patent in the US at the end of December 2020. And what is also important, we are continuing to strengthen the team. So we ended 2020 with 191 people, and from since then the team grew to more than 220 people. And also part of the transformation of the company, we also from May last year, we have a new chief officers level on the company. So we have a total of 7 chief officers who report directly to the management board, and those people are people from within the company. In terms of the product side and the recent developments with LiveChat, we increased the base of our customers. We add new features and integrations, and actually what we saw is that there's an increased need to use our services, because in single October 2020 there were over 50 million chats in a single month, and in whole 2020 there were more than 500 million chats performed by through LiveChat. Also, in terms of other products, with chatbot, the very important thing that we launched in December last year was a new visual builder of chatbot that requires no prior coding knowledge. And in that way, it's much easier for our customers to build their own scenarios. And in terms of help desk, we still focus on automatization. Having said all that, it's very important to say that we are working on those new integrations. And for example, within the last months, we had voice integration, we have integration with Zoom, we have integration with Snapcall, two-way, and also we invest in new reports and many other things. We are a remote first company, and it is very important to still be creative in those times. Although for a long time we used Slack and online communication methods, we keep on doing innovative things still with this remote work. So for example, we have side project days, or even now we will be having separate 2 weeks dedicated to innovation in our company. As Marcin said in his part of the presentation, we have a sales team. It's important to know that in this business model that we have, for many years there was no sales team at all. We came back to this idea of having sales team in 2019. And this allows us to be able to attract and to negotiate with enterprise clients, and we see the results of that. So for example, in Q3 of the financial year, so that's the last quarter of 2020, we were able to sign the contracts with, for example, number one sport betting site in Asia Pacific, or a tea company, and also global services firm with huge assets under management. And actually the sales team in our case, it's currently 17 people, but it's not that they all are sales representatives. We have 7 of those based in London, Spain, Boston, and also in Poland. And the rest of the team are actually account managers taking care of our biggest clients. It's also important to say a few things about our shareholders. So as Marcin said already, we have the CEO of the company and 2 people on the supervisory board who are the founders of the company. And together with some other key managers, they hold 41.9% of the shares. We also have 2 other important shareholders. Those are the 2 Polish pension funds, and the rest of the investors are both the Polish individual investors, Polish financial investors, and of course investors from abroad. Also, although we are a growth company, we also have we pay out dividends. We have a dividend policy to pay out the highest possible part of the profit for a specific fiscal year, provided that there are no other investment opportunities. And as you can see, with our net profit increasing year on year, also the dividend per share increase. We pay, important thing here is we pay advanced dividends, and one for the last one was paid out in January 2021, and it was 89 groszy per share. Also, I'd like to very briefly to say a few things about the latest financial results, and actually those are the preliminary revenues, because at the end, when the quarter ends, we publish preliminary results. We used to publish it within 2 weeks at the end of 2 weeks after the end of the quarter. And now we try to publish it as soon as possible. So this year we published it on the 1st of April. And you can see that the revenues for Q4 2020-21 financial year, so that is from January to March, they were at 12 million 660,000 US dollars. And those were the revenues of all our products, with LiveChat being the main source of the revenues, and chatbot the second largest. In order to be, we do not provide forecasts, and that's because mainly because we base on these trial periods, and in order for investors to see how our business is going and how to look for into the future, from the last quarter we publish also monthly recurring revenue in US dollars, and that for March 2021 was 4 million US dollars. That was the first month when we exceeded this $4 million for a single month. I think because we are 35 minutes into the presentation, that'll be my last slide, and we'll be happy to take any questions that you have. We might refer to other slides on the presentation later.
So feel free to ask questions. You can ask your question via chat, or you can just switch your voice on. It's what will work for you best. We really like to have also some discussion. As I said, we are really thrilled to be here. It was a nice surprise to learn that we have some community here in Finland, so we're very happy to be here. So Jonas, I think you can.
Can you hear me?
Yes. Okay.
I was just I'm going to ask about the analyst following. Do you have analyst following, and do you have reports that are freely available, or?
We have 8 analysts covering. They are the names of the analysts are on the website. I'll soon provide the link on chat. Those are mainly they are the Polish analysts, but they all publish in English. So if you'd like to get specific reports, we will contact you with particular analysts.
So of course these analysts are Poland based. Really, we now work with some analysts from outside Poland, and maybe some good things will happen. But of course they work for some international institution like Banco Santander, like Haitong Bank, Wood and Company. So of course they also are publishing the report in English. Okay, so we have some question in chat, which is great. So the first question: how many customers you have in the help desk? What is behind RPU growth of chatbot? So we are not public. We start to publish a number of customers of each product when this number is crossing 1,000. So it's still below 1,000. So still small. But maybe I can share this slide. Of course, the full presentation will be available. So here you can split of revenue between products. And you can see that help desk is of course still very small, but some good things are happening with help desk today, and we are really excited about this product, and we believe in that product, and I think it's on the beginning of the it's on the good path now. Behind RP growth of chatbot, that's very easy. That's very easy to explain. Of course, we can see that this RPO is really looks good in the chatbot, and the reason is very simple. In January 2020, we add new plans with new features, new more important plan. So before that, there was only one plan, chatbot. Chatbot was valid at the $50 per month, and new plans with new features came into life in January, and new customers are really willing to pay for these new things. Can you share the profitability level slide? Yes, of course, with pleasure. Yes, these are margins. So you can see that we have a good, very good margins, and one of the secrets is definitely customer acquisition model. When and customer acquisition is very cheap for us. So that's definitely a huge thing very important for our profitability. And you can see the link from Lucja, the list of analysts. Of course, that if you look for the Polish perspective, that looks good. The coverage is very good, but definitely we are aware of the fact that we should work on that. We should add some analysts from outside the Poland, and we definitely work on that. Fifth product, very great question. We definitely want to have more product, so we will work on that. What is really holding us back at the moment is the people. We need more people. We looked for more people. We need for more developers, as we want to improve existing products all the time and start to work on the new products. We have some ideas that they are the very early stage, but we definitely want to have more products. The thing which is now more important is really to integrate our existing products and build, well, maybe it's bold to say, but really to build a new product based on the existing sport, to create a very good integrated suite, which should be helpful when comes to dealing with enterprise customers.
So I think I'll take the next question. So the question is, IP Box is the same amount tax relief than last year? 2019-20, it seemed to be at Q4. 2020-2021 divided to every quarter. Exactly, IP Box tax relief was for the first time used with the financial results of 2019-2020 financial year. And on that year, together with our auditor, we decided to put the whole tax relief effect into Q4. However, this year, so already the past year, 2020-2021 financial year, our auditor allowed us to show this tax relief already in semi-annual results in the statement, and later on also to show it for Q3 2020-21. So from now on, we will be publishing this tax relief. We'll be using it and showing it in the financial statements for every quarter.
Of course, the reason why we used that IP box for the first time last year was the just simple fact that it was introduced in Poland. That kind of tax relief is used in many EU countries. It's not something which is Polish specific, but it was introduced in Poland. it was just introduced in Poland. So next question is about sales team. So I think this goes also towards
So yeah, maybe a little bit about history. So the sales team was established in our company in 2019, and this history, the history of the sales team is that when we were back in the on-premise model, so until 2010, we had sales team, and on the day when we changed the model to SaaS model, we got rid of the sales team, and until 2019 we didn't have one. So actually in 2019 there was the best people from the support were promoted to the sales department, and later on we recruited Alex Wilson, sales head of sales from Boston. And since 2019, the team is more structured and is working on bringing the enterprise customers.
What is the main reason customer choose your product instead of competitors? So of course we'd like to believe that it's because the best product, and we're really convinced that's a very good product. So of course the features, the available features, the integration, the fact that it's very easy, that's the tools, which is also not only complex, but at the same time it's very easy to adopt, are the drivers between this decision. Also, we are aware of the fact what you mentioned, LiveChat constitution. That's a very important document for us, and we admit in the constitution that sometimes the product offered by premium providers, because in our market there is a lot of technologies, a lot of providers. Some of them are offering quite simple solution, but in a free or freemium model. So definitely you can't compete with price when you have a lot of free solution on the market. You have to add something more. So of course that's the features, that's the integration with different channels of communication, but also premium support. So we are really convinced that we have the best customer support on the market. And in terms of bigger customers, of course, the KPI, the fact that we are compliant, that we have guaranteed that they will be compliant with a lot of regulation, and environment is very regulated. And of course we have very demanding, very high standards when it came to SLA, standard level agreements. So of course we offer a lot of guarantees that this service will be available all the time, and in case of any troubles we will respond to this trouble in like no time. So that should be the main drivers of the growth. And I lost a chat.
Have we thought about listing the stock on more liquid markets? At least it's hard to buy in Finland. Well, we are listed only in Warsaw only. In fact, for our foreign investors, especially the individual ones, we know that the easiest way to buy the shares is through the services like the Giro or Interactive Brokers. But we are also looking into other markets, as in analyzing what are the options for making our stocks more liquid.
Yeah, so we are aware of the fact that we are subject of interest of the investors from different countries. Some of them have possibility to invest in Warsaw. Some of them don't have that possibility. Some other choose not to invest to Warsaw because that they think that's not the best place to be. For us, it may be, I will add a very small story from our history. So we didn't raise capital during IPO. At this stage, we didn't need capital. But after MBO, we had a financial investors on board. So for us, really, IPO was extremely important because it was possibility to exit of the financial investors, and at the same time it was possible for us to keep control over the company and to become independent, and we want to be independent. That's very important for us. So for us at this moment, to become public company, to have this opportunity to keep control over the company was the key. And we were small company, and the Warsaw was very natural and cheap alternative to other market. Our ambition as we are, as US is our main market by far, and our competitors are there, and our customers are there, and our leader also are also very interested in US culture, in the US as a country. So it was very natural to think about NASDAQ, about US market. So that's our ambition. That always was the ambition, to be one day to be listed in the US. But also, honestly, the business is the most important, and we are focused on business. And of course, the process of dual listing or delisting and listing on other market is very complicated. It's something which really require a lot of attention. So for us now, the business is on the first place, and maybe tomorrow some situation will change, and we will think. So we are thinking on that. In fact, we are gathering information, we learning. We gather information from me and Lucia. We now gathering information for management team. So maybe it's something which will happen one day, but not today and not tomorrow.
So the next question is, I noticed that you said that you have now 220 people. Was that correct? Is this behind the hike in sales expenses? How many of the recruits are in sales? So the number is correct. And actually, we are hiring across the whole team. So we have many people in the developers department that we are looking for, and it's also increasing our legal team. It's also actually the human resources, the people's team is also expanding. So the hiring is really across the whole company. And in terms of the sales team itself, it's 17 people currently, and it should be 6 more by the end of the year. So just to give you the perspective. And if I understand that correctly, you point out to the fact that the sales expenses are high, and in our P&L, we have the cost of sales reflected in 2 places. So one is the cost of goods sold, and those are the cost of developers, the cost of administration, and the cost of servers. And then the cost of sales will be, for example, those partner programs. And it's not directly linked to the presence of the sales team. And talking about that, I'll skip one question and I'll come back to it later, but there's a question: does the reintroduction of sales team mean that LiveChat will have stronger sales focus in bigger customers? Marcin, do you want to take that?
Yes, definitely. So yes, that's the idea. That's something we want to do. That's the change, but we don't change our business model. So what this part of our business model which works very well, it stays here, and we don't want to be different. We don't want to become different company. So if you think about LiveChat was company created by product guy. We had a lot of code, a lot of LiveChat was written by our CEO. So we are very concentrated on product. We don't want to be company run by salesmen, by sales team. We really want to work on the product. We really want to invent new ways of communication. We really want to change a landscape in our business. That's our ambition. But yes, we can see that's huge opportunity for us. So we can see that we have a good technology, we have a capability, that's something which can be done. It can be just done. So yes, we will be concentrated on more on bigger customers. At the same time, the sales process, the customer acquisition process still should be very effective and not so expensive. So huge sales events, some conferences for in Las Vegas for the hundreds of visitors. It's not something for us. It's not something we're gonna do.
Also, maybe to give you a bit of color on that, if you want to look at the size of the customer, you can look at the RPU of LiveChat, which is on the level of 117 US dollars. So that's the monthly payment. An average, our average customer pays each month. So whereas this is the average, we also have clients that pay hundreds or tens of hundreds in terms of dollars, and those will be this enterprise customers. But the fact that we started the sales team is actually those kind of clients were coming to us through our channels, but we previously we were not able to serve them properly. So with the customer enterprise deals, many more issues come in place, like especially the legal ones. And with the sales team, we are actually able to discuss and to negotiate those larger deals that come through our current channels to us.
So Katie wrote us about Red Eye. So definitely noted. Definitely noted. We will see. We will check Red Eye. So very interesting thing.
The next question is, what is the approximate total cumulative share of customers that has discontinued using your paid product? Discontinued customers to total customers, current and discontinued. So an important thing here to say is about churn. That's a part of our business and part of this business model, that on average every month around in terms of LiveChat, so our main product, on average 3% of our customers churn. And also another thing to note here is that this is in terms of the number of customers. And when you look at the churn in terms of MRR, so monthly recurring revenue, this level is about 1%. So actually, many small clients discontinue our services, but that doesn't translate to exactly the same levels in terms of MRR churn.
Yes, so important thing is the churn is the highest among the smallest customers. Why? Because really these tools, for some of them, are not so sticky. And also the main absolutely reason one for the churn is the fact that some of the customers well, surprise, not chatting. Why? Because, for example, they have very small website with small traffic. So LiveChat is a great tool. We are absolutely convinced that we have great tool, but to use LiveChat, you have someone to chat with. So if you don't have visitors on your website, you really shouldn't pay for LiveChat. It's not gonna work for you. So that's the reasons one why, and we would try to observe what that churned customers are doing, that they usually not choosing different provider. They usually not choose another, even free providers. So they just learn that chat, that they don't have visitors, they're not chatting, so they're not gonna use live chat. The other case, completely other case, is with returning customers. So for a lot of businesses, the need for live chat is seasonal. So they adding, for example, they adding live chat for sales season in their business, and we have a lot of returning customers. So yes, that also the case.
Okay. Do you see the market environment staying strong? Do you think that you can keep up the current growth?
So let me start, and maybe you add something. Yes, the market is strong. The market is strong. The best thing about market is that still a new companies from around the world are adding live chat. They try to add live chat. They try live chat. They adding a new channels of communication. A lot of the all the time. So we really, it's great not to be forced to think how to get existing customers from your competitors, but we really can focus on newcomers, on being the first choice company, the first providers of the live chat, because as I said, a lot of companies from around the world are adding new channels of communication, like including live chats to their businesses. And of course, online communication is more and more important, but it's not something which is new because of pandemics. This trend was here before, and pandemics, of course, make this trend much stronger. And if you look at our growth, of course, well, it's terrible thing to say, but of course, COVID helped us. But we're still growing. The market is still strong, and I really don't think that this trend toward online communication will not last. It will last after pandemics. Hopefully, it happens soon. But of course, if you look at our growth, the comparative, if you look at the next quarter, the comparative base is very demanding, and it would be extremely difficult to maintain this pace of the growth. So be aware of the fact that we don't have official forecast, we don't have official guidance, but of course it would be, from one hand, it would be very difficult to maintain this level of annual growth. I think the quarterly growth can be better. We will work very hard on that, but annual growth, well, in coming quarters, that would be definitely. I don't think it's possible, but nevertheless, the growth is here. We can see MRR growing. We saw you the chart with MRR. Quarterly, but if it's great, it's absolutely fantastic. If we show you this slide month by month, in terms of MRR, there is no single month of contraction. So the growth will be there. We are very much convinced. although of course the situation from the year ago, it's not return. At least it's not something we really think will happen.
There was a note that the question was relating to quarter-to-quarter growth, then not.
Sorry. So quarter to quarter. So the last quarter, as Łucja said before, this customer acquisition model we have is great because it's so effective and cheap, and it's really not easy to duplicate. It's not so easy at all, but it's very hard to steer that process. So we all the time we work on the sales funnel. This sales funnel which was showed on the one of the slides. We work on improving all the process all the time, but it's very hard to forecast.
Yeah.
We can see how many trials we have at this point.
Yeah, if we were to divide the last quarter into months, we would say that January, February were not so good months. We were actually slightly worried at the time. However, March, for example, was one of the best months in the last 12 months, with increases similar to the ones we've seen in the pandemic, in the first months of the pandemic. So
yes, March was fantastic, and that gave us some reason to be optimistic at this moment. But unfortunately, we don't have official guidance to share. But that some yes, March was great. March alone was great, and to say that January and February were not so good is it's delicate. That this is well, definitely below expectation, but also, as I said, there is some seasonality. If you look at our business model, it's based on subscription fees, so it's very stable. It's not like we have to build new contract to work on new contracts every month. We have this subscription fees, but of course, new biz is the different matters, and of course there is seasonality, and the beginning of the year is usually very weak, the weakest in fact. So end of December, beginning of the January is the worst part of the year if you think about new business.
However, these are the best months for the use of our products, because these are the months when we see the record number of chats actually. So this is the months when our customers use them the
but
most.
There is also part of this question about chatbot. So we really believe that the chatbot is best as the supplement to live chat. But chatbot can be standalone. Chatbot can be used as standalone. And from the perspective of chatbot, well, I would say that some 60% of chatbot customers are using chatbot integrated with our live chat, and the other as standalone or in integration with others solution. And of course, a lot of chatbot, competitors' chatbot, are used and integrated with live chat. So it's okay with us. So of course, the best scenarios is when we are able to upsell and cross-sell. But we really also really believe that customers, a lot of customers want to have freedom. We have partners, we have resellers which are selling live chat and they own bots. So they are partners that they work with us. So we are fine with that. So So chatbot can be standalone, can be used with live chat, that the best case scenarios, but also can be used with competitor solution and different channels of communication.
So the next question is, have we considered to come to Inderes forum? There are many great Finnish companies that have CEO or IR present. Well, we started cooperation quite recently, and it's actually our first experience with the Finnish investors. We'll be definitely looking into new opportunities, and that might include the forum.
That's possible. Of course, we really we like to. I think even in IR, we have the DNA on the live chat when it comes to customer support, and we try to, for example, when we have some question, we try to answer really fast, and sometimes it may be difficult to be on different forums and to, because it's possible that maybe we will be engaged otherwise, and we will be able to answer very soon according to our standards. So that would be challenge, but it's really interesting. So really we for us it's very interesting to be here. It's great experience. So perhaps yes. Just note the fact that it's not something we are doing in Poland. We have some investor communities, and we are rather not present. We don't have rather official profiles on these services. But maybe I think the Inderes forum is great. So it's so meritoric that the level of discussion is impressive when we compare that to some other forums. So who knows? Maybe we have to think about it.
So coming back to quarterly results, did you do something different in March? New sales hires starting to contribute?
Well,
according to my knowledge, we didn't change that many things. In January and February, we had some issues with integrations. So maybe that kicked back in March. Also, we haven't talked yet with the sales department on the most recent additions in terms of the enterprise clients. But it might be just the seasonal effect, kind of the one we saw last year.
So definitely, if you look at live chat, any person, not only in the sales team, but any person in the product, in the marketing, is contributor of growth. Is supposed to be part of the growth, but sometimes this investment comes in time. For example, marketing team, when you based on inbound marketing, on content marketing, it took sometimes a lot of time as content begin to convert, but we have content like articles which helped us to acquire, which helped us in customer acquisition, which was created years ago. So, and it's still a valuable piece of knowledge which brings people to our website and learning about live chat. So definitely we are hiring a lot of new people, and of course they will be cost because of that, and there will be some pressure on margins because yes, that's a spike in human costs, but for us it's also investment. That's definitely something did because we want to grow, because we want to create new things. It will take time, but definitely that's the investment.
And the last question on the chat: what's the size of our market and what's the growth rate of the market? So actually, there's no one market for our services because each of the product has kind of a separate market. In terms of LiveChat, we were looking at the statistics done for showing the forecasts for the market obtaining $1 billion until 2025. However, the whole forecast was done before pandemic, so the things might have changed. In terms of chatbot, the market itself for those kind of services for bots is much larger, and it's almost tenfold larger. However, the players on the market are also different. So that would be also the chatbots of much the bots directed to, for example, a single sector like the financial sector. And also help desk, which is relatively a small part of our business today. This market is even larger. But here comes the players like Salesforce and other market players. And so the growth statistics will be actually different for different products and different markets. With the
As I said, the market is growing definitely. Yes. So
exactly.
Sorry, you wanted to say something.
No, I was just going to say that the forecasts are much higher for help desk and chatbots rather than for live chat. So we definitely will see higher growth in those products in terms of our company. However, because they have a very small base, their addition to our revenues will be still relatively small.
But also we saw some studies, some of them made by our competitors like Zendesk, but also some recent report by Twilio, I think by Twilio, which shows that that there is a huge interest. So a lot of companies plans to add new channels of communication, and live chat is one of the most wanted, really. How it materialize, we don't know, of course, of that, but definitely online communication is getting more and more important, not only because of the pandemics. Of course, there's a lot of that's very competitive market, a lot of players, but also a good thing. This market is growing, and as I said, a lot of companies try new things, new channels of communication, and
they become essential.
Yes, absolutely. So I think that's all the questions.
Exactly. It looks like we have no more questions.
So
thank you very much for your attention. I hope you found our presentation informative and that we managed to answer your questions fully. If you have any other questions, we'll be happy to answer them later on. Just contact us. We'll send you also the presentation, and as we said, the recording of this presentation will be uploaded.
We hope, at least we hope so, if anything worked as planned. But also we are in touch with guys from Inderes. We are very happy with this opportunity. I think they're great, and we really did along, and it was great experience. We are very happy to be here. So definitely we will be in touch. Maybe we will join the forum, who knows. So thank you. Have a great day. Have a great day, and thank you once again. Have a great day. Thank you. Bye.